This presentation is about mini-mapping and giga-mapping, and I will give you a brief introduction how this can be integrated within design process. So this is actually not done by me, but by Birger Sevalson, who is explaining what the gigamap might consist of. Please feel free to expand this. This is not the only thing that it can be involving, but it might involve mind mapping, causal loop model, information visualization, service blueprint, diagramming, scenarios, user journeys, collages, and rich pictures. So that the giga mapping sort of search for the rich space, which is full of many different items and their relations. Scenarios, it serves for co-design, for process maps, implementation, ideation, and systemic design intervention. Systemic design interventions is what you will be doing, and obviously co-designing and so on. So this would be example from just short workshop in Turkey, where we physically giga mapped the students were having again different areas of investigations. They would be putting them into circles so they relate and finding relations across each other, generating synergetic solutions. This time it was actually mapping about traditional architectures and how we can be enriched by different cultures in different environments. So this has been students mapping. This would be similar workshop done by students with various background in Arizona, and you can see they actually decided to differentiate different topics by different color frame, whilst they were actually drawing on the map and analyzing where the cultures migrating across continents and what were their involvements. They have been interpreting all those relations and drawing scenarios of what can all go well and what can all go wrong. So this would be when they were starting drawing a map and then relating. Similar workshop again in Tunisia. These were just fast short workshops when the students were relating different fields of interest. This would be already a bit larger project called Corridor, when we were working on ecosystemic urban intervention, and that has been co-designed with the community. And the thing what you see here, the weird pineapple sort of, is called Tree Hugger, and it is insect hotel that is generating diverse climates for diverse species, so you gain a better biodiversity within urban environment. So again, this workshop was this project was large collaborative projects with many stakeholders. This would be sort of design management action diagram when I mapped when different stakeholders played certain roles and when they work together and separately and map different actions. What is who doing what. This would be example from co-design workshop. First would be actually initial workshop was sort of mind mapping, finding out what is in the area. Then in the other workshop, I asked people to bring already print out referential pictures. And so by actually pictures, you sometimes, you have that saying, one image says all. Sometimes you say much more by picture than by words, and they would be relating those pictures and finding some sort of collaborative proposal that would be then by me put in InDesign into digital map, and people would drawing on top of the digital map and finding more relations. Then we would be putting the things into computer using parametric design, and then generating thing from Grasshopper, generating fabrication data, and produced the intervention. And this would be then a Giga map that was finalized from all those workshops where there were mapped the different actions of the projects, and it was exhibited with the prototype. So here are different stakeholders that could find themselves on the map and understanding their relations. There was mapped what would they want and what is uniting them. So here we would also consider the stakeholders like bats, birds, and so on, based on the ecological analysis. This would be different actions like local species and seed bombs, bird mapping, and all the related actions that would be actually supporting this intervention. And who will be invited to the event we did, which was University Festival. So for the prototype, we did festival that was including seed bombing. So basically the insects living in the insect hotel got honey blooming plants, so they had what to eat. The similar way, actually, the insect hotel was again a fast food restaurant for bats and birds, because those eat the insects. We would have different events for people here with virtual reality, actually, like playing different city games about sustainable ecosystem within urban environment, so on. So this is the exhibited Giga map. This is Loop Pavilion project. This was my design studio in Prague. It was a bit different because here now you are all designing your own intervention, whereas this was collaborative intervention when the students were designing a pavilion together, and it was specializing on wood material. So we would have transdisciplinary team, and we would be co-designing this together. Again, action diagram, because there would be a school of wood engineering involved together with architects and environment designers. There were sponsors, then there were different partners for the festival we were doing, and NGO and my practice. So these are the mini maps. This is how the mini maps look like when each of the students had to map their own kind of proposal. In that case, it was proposal for the pavilion, and they were mapping their interests. What would they like to investigate? So these are different examples of their mapping. Again, 1 week task where they mapped what would they like to do, and that was a competition. And this is actually the project that won the competition. This is a sketch model. They did this mini map and they did this sketch model. And this concept won the competition. However, all of the mini maps were used for the Synergetic proposals, which was updating this one prototype. So all the aspects from those mini maps were actually taken and mapped together, and they were implemented within that one design project. So it was a really collaborative co-authorship. And the students were organizing. Again, they were divided into, you see, different expertise. Each of them was mapping their expertise, and they were finding relations for one synergetic project. This would be the digitalized Giga map, which we exhibited with the pavilion. And this is when we build it. Again, a collaborative work. If you are building your things in real life, you already gain that tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge is the unspoken knowledge you basically build the intuition, you start to understand how material works, how things work. When you do that in real life, you start generating intuition, understanding how things perform in real life, and you get a reality check when you know your things can fall down or break, and you have to redesign them, improve them, and so on, so on. So that would be again the opening of the pavilion, and there were different events when each of those performers had to interpret the topic of the research, doing different multi-genre performances. And here, what is the very important thing, generating opportunistic use. This pavilion was in fact city furniture for the Blackbird here. Again, this was very short workshop called Oribut, which was co-designed with local community. It was urban intervention for the community, where we met with the community, and the community, we were sort of discussing what kind of intervention they would like to improve their public space, and the community kind of came with almost impossible task. They wanted urban furniture where they can work on, socialize on, which they can fold, and that could also serve as a climbing and playing equipment for the kids. So that was something we discussed. What are the opportunities and offers, and we generated some design that would offer sort of opportunistic use, that people can use it with different opportunities. This was the proposal. Folded origami, which you can put into like one hexagonal table with chairs. You can use it also separately, and you can unfold it. So that would be the presentation to the community, discussing improvements and so on. This would be collaborative design amongst the team. I must say this team, it was students from Visegrad countries, each of them speaking different languages. Sometimes they suffered with language skills, which was completely okay, because we were just drawing everything. And then also the students who didn't have good language skills, if you draw them what they should do, they always understood what they should be doing. And that's what the Giga map was driving, this collaborative process. And then obviously we built the prototype. This is introduction to the community, where we explain different stages. This kid loved it. It played with it a lot. This is a guy who has his likes his table. You can unfold it and easily store it. You can have it as a shelter for the kids to play. So this kid was extremely happy. So just to conclude, Giga and mini mapping is zooming in and zooming out of the detail. So you map the holistic picture, and in the same time you can zoom into some very small detail. And it is oscillation between design analysis and design speculation. So you analyze things, you speculate, you sort of think of what you have in head, then you do a research, analyze that, and then get back to design speculation. And this goes on in feedback loops. And because you will be working in team, you will actually enrich each other for different interests and different topics, different research, and different speculations. So thank you. That was it for this small presentation. So